Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we will learn how to find the frequency distribution of continuous data using pivot table in Excel. Here we have a data in the first column of this worksheet. Now I will go to the insert tab and then go to the pivot table and select the range of the data. So the range of the data is A1 to A71, 70 values here. Now where I want to keep my pivot table, either in the new worksheet, then I will press it. And if I want to keep it in the same worksheet, then press it. The next thing is in which cell you want to keep it. So I keep it in this cell and then click OK. So the pivot table is created. Now click on the data. Because there is only single column, so only one column is appeared here, and just move this in the row label. So the whole data is here. Now click anywhere on the data and then right click and go to the group, and you can see that there is 306, which is the minimum value of the data. And in this data, this is also the first value of the data, but it is not necessary that the minimum value of the data is also the first value of the data. It may be anywhere in the data. The highest value of the data or maximum value of the data is 550 and by 10. This means the interval is 10. So first of all, I just press it OK and see what happened. So here you can see that there are too many number of classes. So to reduce the number of classes, I just click on it and then again group up to the 20 to make the class interval 20 and then click OK. So again there are too many classes, so I want to reduce the number of classes. Again click on it and then group it, and instead of 20 I keep the interval of the class is 25. Okay, now you can see that there are a few number of classes. Now I go to the data and then bring it here. So this is the count of the data. You may change the values, field values. Here count is mentioned, so this column is created, count of the data. If you want to select the sum of the data and then OK, you can see that this is the sum of the data. From 306 to 330, the sum of the data is 306. Anyhow, I want to change to the count of the data again, because we need the frequency of the data. So the frequency of the data is 1 for the first class. It means that in the whole data there is only one value between 306 to 330 and 4 values between 331 to 355 and 13 values between 356 to 380 and so on. So change the label of this column. Instead of count of data, I replace it with the frequency. Similarly, row label, you may change it, or this is the data, or you may change it up to class limit. Class limit. The next thing is we need to find the relative frequency. Go to there, the pivot table feeds list will appear here, and just again bring this data here, and another count of data will be appeared here. Now I will change from count of the data to the different things, which is show values is percentage of grain total. So this is the relative frequency, percentage relative frequency. So this is percentage relative frequency. Now I again bring this data here to find the cumulative frequency. So again it appeared as count of the data, but I will change it to the cumulative frequency. Right click at anywhere on this column and show values is running total n. So in this case you can see that 1 is written here, and then 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 13 is 18, and so on. So this is the cumulative frequency. So I will change the label to cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Now I want to find the percentage cumulative frequency. Therefore I will click on the data of cumulative frequency. The pivot table feed list will appear. Now I will again bring this data to the sum values, and here count of the data is appeared. So I will change it to the show values is running total in percentage running total n. So I will click on it and then OK, and you can see that the data is percentage cumulative frequency. So we can easily find all of these things using pivot table. So I replace it with the percentage cumulative table. Percentage cumulative frequency, and then OK. So the percentage cumulative frequency is appeared here, and the cumulative frequency is this. Relative frequency or percentage relative frequency is appeared here, and the frequency is appeared here. So in this way you can find the frequency distribution and percentage relative frequency, cumulative frequency, and percentage cumulative frequency using pivot table.